Hi guys. All right, welcome back. Sorry for the little stretch there, of course. I was under the weather, but I am back full swing. And with that, I actually do have to warn you. So this one, the Dalwhinnie's Winter's Gold, I didn't know this actually the first time I ever tried it. It was a friend of mine's, but they actually tell you to serve this from the freezer. So before you continue this video, please get your Dalwhinnie Winter's Gold and shove it in the freezer for half an hour. Get it nice and cold. And we're going to be doing a double tasting today. So get your Dalwhinnie 15 as well. And I will see you guys in half an hour. All right, welcome back. We have our freezing cold Dalwhinnie's Winter's Gold and the Dalwhinnie 15. About these whiskeys, I think actually this Dalwhinnie's 15 only started in 1987, I think. Yeah, in 1987. In Gaelic, Dalwhinnie means the meeting place, of course. Now, this is a Speyside whiskey. However, it does have some peat in it, which usually you don't hear of. Well, you hear of a little bit, but it's generally outside of the box if it has peated in it in a Speyside whiskey, at least from what I've gathered. Both are about 50 or 43% alcohol volume. Yeah, okay. And the reason why this is any different, this Winter's Gold, is because it said it's made using whiskey distilled in the cold Scottish winter. It is intended to be served straight from the freezer. It is in the same vein as the 15-year-old, but with aromas of flowers, honeyed with a hint of peat and green fruit, apples, and fresh pear. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So we're going to be doing these together. Get 2 glasses prepared, of course. I hope you already did that because we're here now. Let's try the Dalwhinnie's Winter's Gold. Let's get that in there. I obviously didn't even bother grabbing any ice for this one. For this entire tasting, actually, because I'm not even going to drink the Dalwhinnie 15 cold, because I assume this is essentially what it's supposed to be, which is kind of cool, because then there's just more to drink. Yeehaw, right? Saturday night for me, at least. So, all right, Dalwhinnie 15. Now, this is the first time I'm going to be honest, the first time I've ever done a comparing whiskey together, okay? But let's obviously start with the Winter's Gold while it's cold, and I can do my rhymes later. The Winter Cold. Okay, so a whiskey base, sorry, was actually 76% out of 76 out of 100 for this rating, which is a very low rating. Out of 500 votes. But you know what? I've actually had this before, and I don't know, a group of us thought it was really good. So let's try it cold at least. The flavors you're going to get that are most popular are honey, hay-like, so like some barney flavors or some smells, a lot of malt extract, vanilla, some new wood, citric, fresh fruit, a little bit of smoky, and a little bit of chocolate. Okay, so let's just kind of start with that. Give her a smell, get in there. I actually kind of smell like some warm chocolate almost. I can see some barn as well, but yeah, it's kind of interesting when it's cold. I don't know, you get that, yeah, you definitely get that cold country smell to it, that feeling, you know. I think it smells lovely. It smells good. Let's see if the taste matches the smell. Now, why don't you go in for a taste and I'll read it to you what you're going to expect. On the palate, you are going to get some smooth vanilla cream, some oak spice, exploding right after some bubble tea, possibly coming from behind. Okay, and the finish, while you're waiting for the finish, it's going to be a mid-finish, spice lingering with some old leather. I'm excited for that vanilla cream. That's just as good as I remember it. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is dynamite. I really actually do get that creaminess from it. The chocolate as well. I really get the chocolate, but I think maybe because it's cold, there's just, yeah, even if you like look at the legs on it, even because it's cold, it's creamy, and it does have a bit of an explosion in your mouth, but it's very relaxing. It's very nice. Some citric, citric again. Kind of read it again for you. Honey, hay-like, vanilla, new wood, citric, with some smokiness. Honestly, I don't get the smokiness in this yet. I think maybe once it cools down, or once it warms up, rather, we'll get some smokiness into it. But okay. Before we jump into there, let's do an interesting fact of the day. Love my facts of the day. The co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, Bill Wilson, demanded whiskey on his deathbed, but was refused it. I don't know. I love those facts. I think that's really cool. Why would they refuse it if it's on his deathbed? That's terrible. I guess maybe they thought he might come out of it. Honestly, I hope nobody denies me a whiskey on my deathbed. All right. Okay, the 15. Yeah, as I told you, this is a Speyside, lightly peated. In Gaelic, Dalwhinnie means the meeting place. This scored an 81 out of over 2,000 votes. So that's pretty good. And that makes sense. I've had this whiskey before several times. It's just a really good sipping whiskey. And it's not extremely overpriced. I think it's well priced for how old it is and how delicious it is as well. Okay, go ahead for the smell. I'll read it to you. It's going to be mild, fresh, malty, sweet. Get some caramel and some vanilla. So kind of like the other one, obviously. Strong notes of citric and honey you're going to get in all essences, in the nose, palate, and finish. You're also going to get some fresh fruits, some pretty strong fresh fruits. Some oily, some vanilla, and some sherried, a little bit of sherried. So I know that these are on both European and American oak casks, the two of the most famous ones, of course. And now I'm going to be teaching you in another lesson actually a little bit more about that, how they've started introducing Japanese oak casks and they're becoming more popular. But we'll talk about that next time. And I'm actually going to show you in one of the videos, I'm going to walk you through the entire process of how whiskey is made. And I think we can absolutely have fun with that while we're drinking a dram. You can kind of learn how everything's working. Sorry to hold you back from this one. Remember the flavors from this and dig in. The smell, I don't get caramel, but I get, I think I get that oil presence. Yeah, it kind of smells like oil, like not car oil or anything, just, just a bit oily from something. Yeah, okay, so let's go in for the taste. Ooh, oh, that is delicious. That is really good. Hard to say which one I think is better. Really difficult to say. I think they're both pretty good. I do have to lean towards the 15. But it's hard to say. They say serve this cold. In my experience, you usually serve something cold when it's of lower quality. At least that's what I've experienced and kind of learned. I wonder if this will open up and become any better if it's not cold. I guess we can kind of try that out as well. But so for the flavors, it's a round taste. I totally agree with that. There's some vanilla, fudge, toffee, combination of oak and sweetness, barley sugars, apple, the faintest hint of orange, soft spices, and a hint of nuttiness. I kind of feel like the nuttiness is more of the texture, that creamy, oily texture, than going for another one. The smell's kind of opened up a bit. I get those green fruits. I don't know if you do. I think that's a nice whiskey. Yeah, I'm definitely happy with that whiskey. It's not, the thing is, what I noticed, it's not extremely complex for me. I think, unlike the Ugadal that what we've had before, it's not exactly complex. I don't even get much peat from it. Maybe a hint. But I think it's just well developed, and that it's just a good whiskey where you don't have to think about it too much or really look into it to simply enjoy it. I'm going to have a sip of water and jump back on this one. This one's cooled off a little bit, so jump back on the Winter's Gold. It's cooled off, so let's give it another taste. Remember on this one with the palate, it is, on the palate, it is smooth vanilla cream, oak spice with bubble tea. You have honey, vanilla, new wood, citric, and a little bit of chocolate. Nose is the same. Yep. Yeah. After tasting this one, this one is definitely better. And now I don't know if, you know what, I'm not an expert, at least not yet. The legs are, I guess, kind of the same, but I feel like this one's has more sugars in it. Honestly, I'm going to look into that because I don't really know much about it. I've just heard it with wine, so I'm curious if it's the same concept and if we can learn anything from it. All right. And the finish, with the 15, not the cold one, is medium length, some apple again, and some honey. Let's go in for a dive. It's nice. Ooh, okay. I wonder if I'm getting that smokiness or if it's just because I'm going whiskey back to back that it's starting to get a little heavier. The finish is nice though. It's a really nice finish as well. It doesn't take too long. It's consistent. There's no surprises. I find that really enjoyable. Just seeing if there's anything on the box that's worth noting. Don't notice anything. But okay, let's go into some pairings here. So I feel like an English cream. The English cream might actually be a good fit. Actually, I think that is probably going to be a perfect fit. We have banana split. Banana split we're going to do with the Glenrothes because I know it tastes like banana. You just have a regular nutty Brazil toffee, might even be good. Or some actual chocolate. Some milk chocolate covered toffee. Yeah. You know what? Let's do milk covered chocolate toffee. That's what I'm going to do. You can do whatever you want. Maybe the English cream might be a nice one. Maybe this butter one might be nice. There's also milk chocolate eclair you might like. This video is already lasting forever, but it's a double one, so that's fine as well. Trusty knife. Going in for the kill. Oh my god, that's really good chocolate. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it was okay. The thing is, I think it's actually going to be better with the regular one because the regular one just had more strength to it. The 15. What I tried was the cold one. Excuse me, was the Winter's Gold, and it was fine. It was okay, but it didn't really pull out too much. I think this is going to pull out more flavor for this guy here. So I'm just going to have a little sip first, piece of chocolate, and then another sip again. That's better. Yeah, that's a good combo. Yeah, I'm glad I chose this one. Just so you know, this is the milk chocolate covered toffee. This is a really good combination with these two. I would have to say by the end of the video, the Dalwhinnie 15 was the winner. The Winter's Gold was a fine cousin to have at a party once in a while. But, you know, maybe he talks too much and you don't want him there all the time. Yeah, this guy's just a lot more warmer and nice and funner to be around. I think that's it, guys. Oh, do I have one more fact? Oh, Kentucky is home to more barrels of maturing bourbon than it has people. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, guys. Take care. And see you at the next one, which is awesome. I think I'm going to make it the Lechik, the Ledag, it's said, or the 105 cask strength Glenfarclas, or I'm going to show you exactly the procedure of how they make whiskey if you don't already know. All right, take care.